Skitty! Yo, what up? It's your boy. Alright, so in this video, I'm going to talk about the worst places that you can meet women. If you're a guy and you think that you have game or you have some skills when it comes to meeting women, these are the places that let you know if you have game or if you don't. Now, getting into these three places, I'm going to go ahead and say that you can meet women in these places. You can meet some freaky women. You can have some sex with some women in these places, but these are not the quality places that you should be looking for quality women. And how do I know this? Is because I've done it in all of these places. It's important to get field result answers. It's important to get stuff field tested, and I know that can sound super nerdy and super theory. Field basically means going out, experimenting, and then being able to come back with some results, not only for myself but for other people. Of course, you guys know I do camp in my A. I do consultations. I got the So Fresh So Clean Patreon in the link below. Subscribe, join the channel membership, and you'll also get some exclusive content that lets me dive a little deeper into these topics, but also gives me the opportunity to talk to you guys one-on-one, see your current situation, and see what's going on. Now, these places that I'm going to discuss in this video, like I said, you can meet women in these places, but it's the easiest. If you're depending on these places to meet women, if this is your main source, your main places, your main go-to when it comes to meeting women, stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it. This is not the place you want to be looking for, because the issue with these places I'm going to talk about in this video is that you're going to get low quality for the most part, and the level of results, the level of longevity, and of course the quality of women that you would want to have is not going to come from here. Nothing in life is going to be good for you if it comes easy. People who have the most amazing lives are the people who've been through the most adversity. They've gone through some stuff. They've seen some stuff. They've done some stuff. They've done some hard stuff. They've done some things that most people in the world don't want to do. That's the same when it comes to where you're meeting women. That's the same when it comes to when you're talking to women. And these are the worst places to do it. The first one, and I'm pretty sure you've heard this not only from me but from other people, so if you're doing it, you need to stop it, because that means your game is weak, is if you're depending on meeting women at your job. Yes, if you're trying to meet women in the workplace, stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Now, I'm going to keep saying this throughout the video just so I can remind you, just in case you forget or you get offended. I've done this. So I'm not giving you this advice from the experience of a guy who's never done it. I've met women in the workplace. I've worked in places where there's a lot of women, so it's not even that level of drama or seeing her every day or the gossip stuff that could come with dealing with a woman in the workplace. But I'm telling you, your game is weak if you're depending on meeting women in the workplace, and if that's one of your main sources to meet women. Why? Because you're around her too much. So it's not one of those things where you go up, you say what you need to say, and you pretty much make something happen from there. It usually can build over time. And don't tell me that you got a higher position like a manager or something like that. Women are not dumb. They could be using you, knowing that you're the boss in that position, and finding a way to either be more lazy at that job, get a pay raise at that job, or in some cases in this world we're living in now, frame you with that job. So now you're risking messing with her, which can lose your whole career over some coochie. So the worst I had to put this one first. The workplace is the worst place to be meeting women. That says that your game is weak. You don't really have any type of social skills. You're just basically taking advantage of an opportunity. Now, I'm all for an easy win. If I could tell you guys, hey, this is a way to make $1 million and you don't have to work that hard to do it. Yes, I think that would be a great opportunity. This is a way to get a six-pack. You don't have to work that hard to do it. This is a way to meet this many women. You don't have to work that hard to do it. That sounds great. That sounds cool. But in reality, in the real world that we live in, there's not going to be no easy way to do it. There's easier ways to do it. But anybody who can come up with this money, come up with this type of results in their life, they had to have put some hard work to it. There's no cheat code to it. The second place, which is the second worst place to meet women. This is a horrible place to be dependent on meeting women, for you to meet most of the women in your life, for you to get the most experience throughout different women in your life, is the club. Yes, the club sucks. I've met ton of women from the club. I've had ton of experience with women from the club. And I want to tell you guys something. The club is the worst place to spit game. You know why? It's loud in there. People are drunk. There's ton of distractions. So you thinking that you got this strong game. No, you don't. The club is a horrible place to spit game. It's a horrible place to spit your conversation, to talk that talk, walk that walk, give that eye contact. It's a place where it's fun. You can have fun in there if you like to drink and do drugs and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a fun place to turn up, and it's a place to get volume. It's a place to get reps. It's a place to go out and talk to a lot of women, get experience, get a makeout, get some dances, even some one-night stands. Obviously, a club is a great place to do this, but this video is focused on you, bro. I am talking to you in particular to tell you that if these are your places that you're meeting women the most, if these are your places where you're like, man, I'm lone chicks, and this is your main resource where every chick that you've had within the past year, within the past 2 years, within the past 3 years, this is where you've been meeting them. No wonder you're still single. No wonder you can't keep a woman around. No wonder a lot of the women that you're dealing with are low quality. No wonder your body count may seem a little higher than it used to be, but you're taking more trips to the clinic. You're dealing with more ratchet chicks. They may not be as attractive. They got baby daddies. They got ex-boyfriends they're still living with. All this other crap is coming with it. It's because you're meeting them at these places. And finally, the worst, in my opinion, and lets you know how weak your game is, it's if you're meeting women online. I recently made a video not too long ago talking about how day naps are ruining people. You're listening to this video, and I guarantee if any three of these fall in your category of you meeting women, work, the club, and online, you're like, man, you don't know what you're talking about, bro. I meet hella chicks. And I was watching this video the other day that told me that this is a good place to meet women. So you tripping. You done made the Tinder method and all this stuff. I just said in the beginning of the video, and I'm going to continue to repeat throughout the video, these are places where you can meet women. I've met plenty of women, some quality, some great, some longevity, but I know and you know that your game is trash if these are the main sources of where you're meeting women at. That's all I'm saying. And it's not a matter of, I'm not going to give you any extra brownie points if your game is tough. You had to do a lot to meet a chick versus your game being, not that great. You had to do very little and things worked in your favor. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. You want to get the job done. But I'm telling you, if you want to get better at this, if you want to start meeting more quality, if you want to put yourself in a situation where you can win and you don't have to deal with as much drama, as much regret, as much paranoia, then these three places are going to be the places that I do not recommend. I just don't. Can you meet women at these places? Yes, of course. Have I met plenty of women in these places? Of course. If I have to be all the way real with you, if it wasn't for the club, I don't know if I would have the body count that I have now. If it wasn't for day naps, I don't know if I would have the experience that I have now to be on this camera and talk to you. If it wasn't for the jobs that I had where I've dealt with chicks within that area, then I don't know if I would know what I know now. I'm telling you that these places can work, but I'm telling you that if you keep on running into these issues where you feel like you need to be in an environment where you see her all the time, 4 to 5 days a week, sometimes on the weekend, or an environment where you feel like you need to be drunk, it needs to be really loud, it needs to be people in there lit, smoking weed and all of that stuff. Or if you feel like you need to just sit at home and do volume until something sticks on a day nap, you're in the wrong situation. Your social abilities needs to grow a lot more. Places I do recommend: in person, daytime, wherever that needs to be. We don't have to get too specific in this video. I wanted to just stick on the places that are the worst. And I know that may seem old school. I know some people may not do that, but I'm telling you, you're going to start to see an improvement in how you interact with people and how you talk to people and how you socialize and how your true character is, how your eye contact is, how your body language is. In those settings, you're going to literally develop a skill that can transfer into other parts of your life instead of these other settings where you're super complacent or you're using liquid courage to get what you want done. And I don't recommend that. So take a reality check, look in the mirror, make sure that these aren't the places that you're depending on more or less. I'm not saying that you can't use them, but just don't make these your main sources. These need to be like your backup sources. And you will start to feel a lot better about yourself. You will start to see results. Comment down below. Let me know what y'all think about this video. Let me know where your best places are or what you think on if any of these work for you. Subscribe, like the video, like the video. Click on the links below. Check out the So Fresh So Clean Patreon. Got more content coming over there. I'm out.